It's so sad, but there's so many young men out there who have just given up on dating altogether. They've subscribed to the belief that they're always going to be alone because they've tried and tried and tried to find love. And time again, you've been disappointed and you've been let down. And I understand that's because it's really hard nowadays. There's so many women out there, and there's so many factors that go into having a happy relationship that our society is just set up to try and get people to break up. I know I've been through this personally. I went through a lot of period of loneliness and depression and sadness towards not being able to find love, but I promise you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I've been in a long-term happy relationship for over 2 years, and I've been married for over a year. And I started out with no money, no status, not even that great looking. I had absolutely nothing when I met my wife, and yet I was able to find love. And it's because of a certain couple of things that I did to improve the quality of my life, to make myself a good partner. There's a saying that goes like this: you're not a husband when you get married, you're a husband when your wife meets you. So what I mean by this is the real way to find love and find long-term relationships isn't to, go the way that you're going, thinking that you're going to just meet a woman and then presto, all of your problems are going to get fixed. Because if that's the way that you think about love and you think about relationships, you're going to be sorely disappointed. I'm living proof of this. I've gone through so many times in my life where I just had no hope for ever finding love. For as countless nights I've been alone, I've been depressed, I've cried, just begging for that love and that affection. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. It is possible to change. If you watch this video to the fullest, I'll explain to you what I did to go from having such a lonely life, not being able to find love long term, to being in a happy relationship for over 2 years and being married. And this woman is genuinely like the woman of my dreams. Like, she's the number one person that I could have found or that I could have gone for, and I wouldn't trade her for anybody. So what I mainly did was, I remember there was one day when I was doing my usual thing of being on like 5 different dating apps. It was Tinder, Bumble, Facebook dating. There was a bunch of other ones that I can't even remember. And I was on all the apps, and I would swipe every single day. I would swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe until the app wouldn't let me swipe anymore. And then as soon as the time ran out and I was able to swipe through the app again, I would swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe. And I never swiped left on anybody. I swiped right on literally everybody because I was so desperate to just get into a relationship with anybody. And this is not because I'm bad looking or anything like that. I just wanted love. And then I also experienced times when I would find a girl, but the girl wouldn't be really good for me, or we wouldn't have a good relationship. And I knew that they were a really good woman, but I just couldn't develop a connection with them. And genuinely, it got to a point where I felt like there was something wrong with me. But what I did was I focused on building up my life instead of trying to find the person. Because the biggest mistake that I made was putting women at the number one center of my life. I used to think that if I had just gotten a girlfriend or gotten a wife and I had a woman by my side, that it would fix all my problems in my life. And that is the very same reason why I was unable to find a good woman. It wasn't until I decided to make changes in my own life that I met my wife. And because I had done the work of changing things in my life and giving myself happiness, not relying on a woman to make me happy, that's what allowed my wife to come into my life and just really enjoy it, because I wasn't down bad and waiting for her to save me. And so it caused her to be able to just relax and have fun and enjoy being around me and enjoying the kind of life that I lived. And so what I want you to focus on is, if you're on dating apps right now, and you need to delete all of them. If you're in a relationship and you feel like it's falling apart and you feel like it's just really struggling, you need to stop trying. Now, what I mean by stop trying is, of course, you don't not talk to them anymore or not spend time with them anymore. But if you're just begging and begging and begging for them to love you, it's not going to work. It's only going to push you farther away. What you have to do is you have to build up your life. There's a saying that if you chase a butterfly, it'll run away. But if you build the garden, the butterflies will come and they will stay. So what you need to do is you need to build the garden of your life. So if you're in a relationship that's struggling right now, what you need to do is, instead of just like begging her to spend time with you, or begging her to not be mad at you, or trying to like beg on your knees to stop an argument, what you need to do instead is you have to evaluate what you're doing with your life. Because more than likely, if you're putting your woman at like the center of your life and you're making her number one in everything that you do, you're going to struggle a lot. My dating life didn't improve until I stopped caring about the result. It's easier said than done, because you have to do it with actions before you feel it in your heart. I would delete all the dating apps and I would stop trying to talk to women and everything like that, because I wanted to improve myself. I wanted to really look at my life and find happiness for myself without needing to have a woman. And so I started going to the gym a lot more. I started spending more time with family and friends. I was looking at going back to school. I was trying to build a business and working towards a promotion at my job. And all these different things actually caused my life to improve so much. And it made me happier, because while it didn't supply the same level of happiness that I would have had if I was in a relationship, I had like a level of baseline satisfaction with my life where I wasn't totally miserable. And then because of that, when I met my wife, I was already like having good things going in my life. And because of that, when my wife met me, it allowed her to just ease into my life really nicely. And so because of that, we were able to get along really well, and it just felt effortless instead of, chasing and begging for her attention. So the practical thing to take away from my story is this: if you are either not in a relationship right now and you're struggling to get into a long-term relationship, and that's what you want a woman, you want a wife, you want long-term love, and you just feel like you can't get it. Or if you're a guy and you're in a relationship with a woman right now, but you feel like it's falling apart, or you're just not satisfied with the quality of the relationship, you take a step back and you evaluate, what are you doing with your own life separate to your love life? Are you achieving all of the goals that you want to achieve? Are you working hard? Are you focusing on your health, on your fitness? Are you doing things that make you happy, right? Are you spending time with your friends and with your family? Because far too often, to try and chase love and affection, we abandon the things that made us happy before we wanted any of that. You need to go back to your roots. If you loved playing sports growing up, try playing sports again. If you decide that you wanted to start that business and make money, build the business. If you want to change the way that you look or change the way that you live your life, then change it. If you want to move to a new city and try something new, then do it. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let your desire for love stop you from doing that. Because once you take the steps to actually make your life better, once you take the steps to really improve your situation, it will take your life to the next level. And when your life is taken to the next level, your relationships will improve as a quality, as a byproduct of that. That's the summary of this video. If you need assistance with what I'm teaching here in this video, or if you want to get some one-to-one help, if you click on the link in the description below, you can book a free discovery call with me where we can talk in depth what kind of problems you're having with your relationships, what kind of issues you're having in your life that are holding you back, and we can work one-to-one on solving those problems. If you watched this far in the video, it's because you believe that I can help you. So I encourage you to click on the link in the description below and book that free call with me if you're tired of just having the same results in your life and you really want something to change. How about you invest in yourself in a change and do something that will just improve your life in the long term? Click on the link in the description below and I will get on the call with you and we will change things. So I appreciate your trust in me. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.